Afternoon, students and alumni have made the early season pilgrimage to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami for the season-opening kickoff classic on EA Sports. It's the home state Florida Gators taking on a team that's made the long trek cross-country, the Oregon Ducks. It is time for the kickoff classic and a new season of college football underway on EA Sports. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First and 10, Florida. The play fake, now White. And his throw is incomplete.
White's pass, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, White. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. He checks it down here to Ellington. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
A big test ahead. His first collegiate score now on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
So pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Moore. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And the incomplete pass there, and you think about the quarterback position in college football. Kind of seems like once you get a guy developed, his 4 years are up just like that. He's off to the NFL. So what we're seeing here, a first ever college start at the quarterback position. How hard is it to win with someone who is unproven like that?
It's always hard.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Moore now. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's going the other way. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Yes, sack.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a 1st and 10, Oregon. Here's Ferguson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Operating for the gun. Moore complete to Myers, the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. What a special moment for him. The first passing touchdown of his college career, and certainly a moment that he will never forget.
And it always helps to get that first one out of the way, doesn't it? I know right now that he just wants to go and jump to the top of the stadium and throw his hands up and exult a little bit. But he's had a chance to prove that he can do it now. He got it done. It's been a long time in the making. Now he's just got to harness that emotion and continue to play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is Ellington, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Ducks 7, Gators nothing.
2nd and 10. Now Ellington. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And these college offenses, Charles, so wide open. And there's an example right there that we just saw. Now, let me ask you, how does a college offense differ from an NFL offense, or does it?
Well, it still does, Brandon, because NFL offenses, while they're continuing to embrace what the colleges are giving them more and more, they're still not playing as fast as a general rule. You know, most college offenses will run about 15 plays per game more than NFL offenses will. They'll take a few more chances in what they're doing, maybe try and isolate their star player a little bit better. Yeah,
it's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Moore. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense...
And he's going to go down.
And goal.
To throw is Moore. To throw on second down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
It's third down and goal.
Now Moore. Going to throw on third and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Buying time to his left. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs to make sure.
Florida.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ducks 14, Gators nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to. I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
9-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field ready for their next possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now Moore. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Ducks 21, Gators nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 16 seconds to go in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, White. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, White finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And with that, we reach halftime in Miami in the opener to this college football season.
Gators nothing.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Did you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one?
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Right back to Ferguson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
On the carry, it's Ferguson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown Ducks. Quintez Anderson, 37 yards. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. I'll tell you what, a pretty special performance for his first ever start. Now with 3 touchdown passes.
Well, that's not a bad number to get things going, is it? Because, let's face it, we had our attention on him coming into this game. He's fully captivated us now. With every score, I think he's making his case to stay as a starting quarterback and not get involved in a rotation system.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line and 5.
These guys, White. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Moore off the play fake. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And already, he's thrown 4 touchdown passes in this game. This is absolutely amazing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back to the air on second down. White in trouble, and he's taken down. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam.
Running again, and again it's Ferguson. Give him 9 on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, Ferguson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That good for 19 and a first down. I tell you, you look around the college football landscape, and there's some really good running backs this year. The draft projections really littered with that crop of players, and we've got a couple of them in our game here this afternoon.
And I'm glad that you pointed that out, partner, because we always talk about the guys who throw the football, the guys who catch the ball, but the runners are still vital, and that's a pretty good run right there. A good illustration of what he can do, and they're counting on those kind of runs.
12 yards, first down. That play right there, Charles, that is a prime example of why Coach O'Brien likes this young quarterback on the field, his ability to scramble.
And you talk about the ability to scramble, move his feet, quarterback run plays, you name it. Everything is in the playbook now when he comes on the field. And that's what you like, because you know Coach O'Brien's background is defense. And as a defensive coordinator, what drove him crazy? Quarterbacks that can move.
But the coaches even said to us, Charles, that at times he reminds them of a running back.
Yeah, and they don't want to say it very loudly and take all the motivation away from this young man, but if they had to move him to running back full time, they'd be very confident that he'd be a good one.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
On second and goal, here's the option. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
It's a loss.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this. More than he was willing to tell us, that maybe Tommy Matthews isn't exactly in his favor, especially considering the lead they have now, and he still hasn't gone to the bench.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. White on 3rd and 2. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 14.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
To the sideline.
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. White. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, White. And that will be incomplete. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down now, it's Burgess. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Off play action. Moore. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Touchdown number 5 for the junior quarterback. And that certainly makes Coach O'Brien's job at the postgame press conference a lot easier.
And you're right, he certainly made Coach O'Brien's press conference awfully easy. But how about the conversation he's now going to have with Tommy Matthews? Because all indications we had from talking with Coach during the preseason, he told them both that they were going to get their chance. But now that this guy's throwing 5 touchdown passes, now he has to go back to Tommy Matthews and kind of shrug his shoulders and say, I know what I intended to do. I know what we talked about. But he's got the hot hand. We're going to have to go with it.